New calls for answers from some top senators demanding to know why the Department of Veterans Affairs is paying employees to work for its unions. More than 250 workers being paid full-time not to clear a backlog of claims from our veterans, but to do work for the VA unions on the taxpayers' dime. It's been a week since those senators challenged the Secretary of Veteran Affairs, Eric Shinseki, for an explanation, and still they have not gotten an answer. Pete Hegseth, CEO of Concerned Veterans for America, joins me now. Pete, can you explain this? Why is this incredible list of people who are supposed to be helping to clear the backlogged claims for veterans doing union work?
Well, it's not a new practice. This has been around since 1978 as part of the Civil Service Reform Act. So government employees, union workers have been doing this for a long time. The reason we're shining this light, and these senators are rightly shining this light at VA, is like you talked about in the previous segment. There's a lack of trust right now in government, whether it's the IRS scandal or sequestration in government's ability to deliver, but specifically the VA. The VA for the last 4 years has been failing at its mission to deliver services to veterans. The backlog of pending claims is at about 850,000. It's increased by 2,000% under this administration. Veterans are waiting for the benefits that they've earned on the battlefield. And while that's happening, you've got folks that could be spending time doing their jobs at the VA working for union work. And this isn't about bashing unions. I understand why unions exist. This is about why would we be protecting that and serving unions as opposed to serving veterans. And Secretary Shinseki should be taking a hard look at this list and saying, how can we be ensuring these folks are spending more time clearing a backlog that is almost 1 million long rather than serving the interests of the workers that should be serving veterans.
Let me just give our listeners and viewers a list of the types of employees who are now doing union work instead of serving our veterans. They are nurses, pharmacists, psychologists, addiction specialists, social workers, health technicians, medical support assistants, therapists, dental lab technicians, police officers, and security guards. So since that number, 850,000 that you just quoted, is so disgraceful, couldn't these people's time be better spent actually helping veterans?
Well, absolutely, especially considering the fact that those 85 nurses, the VA is currently hiring more nurses because many of the nurses they have are on official time doing union work. Again, this isn't about universally, we got some feedback that we're bashing unions. That's not what this is about. This is about the Department of Veterans Affairs, a department that has been failing our veterans for too long, that needs to be held accountable for the fact that they're distracting workers with time to serve the interests of unions vis-a-vis serving the interests of veterans. They should be throwing everything and the kitchen sink at fixing this backlog. There hasn't been any accountability from the top down. So when a story like this comes out, it's not new news, but thank goodness senators are paying attention, putting the pressure on, and asking the tough questions. You know, our organization sent a letter to the White House asking them to answer some simple questions about the backlog, along with a number of congressmen and senators. We've got no answers on that as well. So not a whole lot of answers coming out of the White House or the Department of Veterans Affairs, because it's a shameful background they have right now on this backlog, and they don't have a plan to fix it in a timely manner.
Pete Hegseth, thank you so much for explaining all of this. Hopefully we will get an answer and those veterans can get the help they need. Thank you.
Thanks, Alsa. We're going to keep at it.
Yep.